everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Ideally, though.
Ideally, though.
I'm your host, Erica, and with me is my hubby, my bestie, my butter biscuit.
Yeah. What up out there?
Welcome to Friday. We at the end of the week.
Yes.
Hope everybody's able to turn up, relax.
Yeah. We gonna get into something that I had a bit of a kind of like a turn up weekend in my own right, musically, right?
Okay.
But then it got shattered into pieces. We gonna definitely discuss it.
You know what's crazy? I feel like we ended the last week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
I go and edit, and then boom, this bombshell of might delete later comes out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah. That's we definitely gonna discuss might delete later because I have some feelings.
I got some feelings. So what y'all think? What y'all thinking? You know what? Me and my son, we like to listen to the radio in the mornings.
Yes.
And there was this topic that came up, and I was like, And it was kind of interesting to hear the men's point of view, even though I was like, I really don't care about y'all's point of view.
Great.
But it was like, should there be a I guess restriction or a dress code for women when they go to the gym?
Oh, okay.
Because I guess it's too distracting, or they go to really like busy gyms and they're always wearing tight things. They have maybe too much makeup on, not enough clothes.
Right.
And I don't know. I kind of wanted to hear your opinion about it. Like, do you think that women should have a dress code at the gym?
I guess I can only speak to about my feelings about you in general, and because I guess they feel they're the same. Like, my thought process is this: if I'm talking about you, I don't give a fuck because I like what I see, and like I also like showing off what I have in its own little way, like classy wise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that's obviously here, right? You so I don't think it matters to me. No, you can't be a complete sloot bag, right? And just micro bikini the thing. But like,
I mean, in your little small times in the gym, did you see girls?
Really? Fuck.
Did you see girls that were where you're like, okay, why did you come to the gym? You might as well just stay home and take pictures.
Yeah. There are those who were like, but I mean, I physically have seen women walk in the gym like full blown beat face with the like Fashion Nova or Lululemon thing on, right? And like walk in, like grab something, do like a fake little video, and then like walk out. That's all they needed was like for the gram type of situation.
Okay.
So I'm not for that, but I guess that's your hustle. I don't really care.
But dress code wise,
that's what I'm saying. It's like the dress code was there. She was dressed the same way, and I'm like,
was it gym?
Yeah, it was for the gym.
I feel like then let me put my.
She had a beat face with the whole thing,
but she just went in there.
And she just went in there and did the shit for the TikTok gram, and I was like, that makes no sense. Why are you here? You asked that, right?
But she wasn't. I think what I was getting when I was listening to the radio were men saying it was distracting, and I was like, that right there, that example was like she was in there for 2 minutes and less. So
that was distracting.
It's like for the 2 minutes, like go get a life. This one Jamaican was like, I think it should be a dress code. They're wearing things that are too tight. It's too distracting. I'm like, well, don't look.
Isn't that supposed to be the reason why so you could see the form correctly?
I feel like compression, right?
Yeah.
You have to do stuff like that. Yeah.
I don't look. I'm way more mature minded and way more like secure in myself than most men. I feel like I know what I bring to the table, so I got no problems with anybody looking at whatever because I win. I got it already, right? So when it comes down to whatever a woman is wearing, at the end of the day, it's what she wants to wear. It makes sense she's wearing the tight clothes, or women are wearing the tight clothes at the gym so they can see their figure as they're doing the work.
Yeah.
So you can see what you're losing, see the muscle groups you're working on. Like that type of stuff just makes sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was just so dumb. I was like, don't even start because y'all just always wanted to have rules on our bodies. But don't want the responsibility that comes with certain things. So I'm like, shut the fuck up. I think that we should wear whatever we want because I've seen men go in the gym, sit there and not do shit.
Yeah.
And walk the fuck out.
I was going to say that I've seen the same thing with dudes or like the super muscle bound guys who are like the noisiest motherfuckers in the gym that don't need to be. You're doing it for attention. Yeah, that's the same person in the same way. The same girl who comes over and does it all for the phone and the tips, and then leaves. Right? Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, we're all here to like literally like move some metal around, run a bit to get the heart rate up, and get the fuck out so I don't die early.
Yeah, I like to be in the gym for like an hour and a half. That's like my limit. I'm a big walker, which I haven't walked in months, but I'm a big walker. I like to walk too. Well,
you've been busy.
Yeah, I've been so busy. I hate it. But I'm about to get back in the gym because I'm going on vacation. I got time for this. But I don't know. I just thought it was so dumb that was a thing, and people were talking about maybe putting a dress code on women when we go to the gym. I'm like, your mother.
No, if you're gonna do that, then you're gonna have to tell guys with the like giant armpit, fucking hole shirts
we have a neighbor,
cover it up, bro. That's nipple, and it's distracting.
We have a neighbor who doesn't have no sleeves on any shirt
sleeves McGillicuddy
ever seen in my life.
Sleeves Magoo.
Wintertime, springtime, fall time, he don't have no goddamn
It's sleeves. The same hoodie. It's the same hoodie.
Damn, he need a little
It's
money.
The same exact hoodie year round, every single time I see him. The only thing that changes, he's like a default character, but the only the only like costume unlock is like pants.
Yeah, like them damn windbreakers that be making sound and shit. But I've caught him in the gym where he'll sit outside, smoke, and then he may leave. So he'll go right up to the gym door, smoke, and he may leave.
And be sleeveless, the audacity.
The whole time. And don't even got a little definition of nothing, right? It's just a thick-ass arm. Or get in the gym, sit there on his phone. Not saying I don't see him taking pictures, so I don't know. And then just sit there, and I'm like, usually it'd be like just me and him, and I'm like, this guy's fucking weird. Like, hit the fucking weights or get the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's my thing.
That's my opinion about it too. Wear what you're gonna wear if you're a woman. Who gives a fuck? If dudes could do the fucking muscle bound nipple shirt thing, then fucking go at it. Have fun. Who cares? I mean, there are reasons to not be publicly indecent, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Duh, right? Common fucking sense. But like, if you're there and you're in your tight clothing, you're looking at your form. That's exactly what I think of. Yeah. I think you're looking at your form. I think you're trying to see the muscle groups you're working on, and it just makes sense that way. And we should, as men, in a lot of cases, unless it's really affecting your household, like directly, my nigga, stay the fuck out of woman's business.
Yeah. Just stay the fuck out of woman's business. If you got some urges, then you need to go somewhere. Don't be feeling like, I'm distracted, I'm feeling
go get help, not somewhere. Go get fucking help.
It's always something we gotta do because we all sexified and what have you.
I like what you wear to the gym. I love what you wear to the gym. In fact, I always tell you that when you come in. I say, it look nice. You look like a good.
I'm like,
you get tired of it.
And I hate the gym too. Like, I hate the gym. It's like a hate, little bit of love relationship.
I like it. I just am way too busy.
I'm somebody who's not naturally thin. I'm someone who has to work on it. So I hate the gym. I don't like it. And I hate people who can be naturally skinny. I hate people who can have kids and then they lose the weight and they lose more weight.
I hate you. You're tacky and I hate you.
I hate you guys. No. But I'm somebody who has to work harder. I don't have those genes that just, I got to work on my thighs and all that extra stuff. So it's a process for me all the time and I hate it.
I got no comment on the thigh thing.
Anyways, let's get to this damn album that I don't even know. Would you consider this J.Cole 12 song? Is this an album, an EP?
It's an album.
Album? Wow, that was really quick.
It's an album.
I wonder if he's been working on it.
He's even said it. Yes. Now, we're going to go with the apology heard around the world because it definitely was.
Well, we got to start with the damn diss track.
In general, we kind of mentioned earlier at the top of the show that Might Delete Later dropped. And this is a J. Cole album that was a surprise one. I mean, he is of that stature, I guess you could say, especially because he, blends in between underground and mainstream kind of seamlessly now with his, new hippie vibes, I guess,
Do you think that most people think that he's maybe in their top 10?
I'd say, I'm going to answer that question after this.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to keep that one suspenseful.
Well, I don't know why.
So, I'll give you the reason.
Okay.
You don't like your questions, I answer. Big ass baby.
No, I'm asking the questions here. No,
but, all right, so he drops this Might Delete Later album, and it is riddled with disses. And I mean riddled from top to bottom. You can round the entire thing. It's riddled with disses to anyone who we've named as far as the big three goes, right? And you can replace the third one if it's not J. Cole. So we're talking like the Big Seans, we're talking the Futures, we're talking Drake, we're talking Kendrick, of course, right? And he sent shots. He sent shots out. Now the end of the album is what everybody has been focused on this last week.
Yeah, 7-minute drill.
7-minute drill song. Now, if you don't know what a 7-minute drill is, it's an exercise to write a verse in 7 minutes. Just random verse of a song in 7 minutes. That's why it's called 7-minute drill. A lot of people got that like mixed up because of the fact that it was a 3-minute or 4-minute song or whatever. But they were like, why isn't it 7 minutes? You're an idiot. You don't know the writing technique. It's an actual writer's technique. Used in a lot of ways to write sketch comedy shows.
I mean, well, you're a hip hop historian, so you know, educate the people on the 7-minute drill.
God damn it.
Because I was thinking basketball.
Basketball.
It was fire. The whole album, I listened to that bitch in 45 minutes.
Yeah, look, I have the music audiophile Greg side of me who actually enjoys it. Like, sonically, it's a great album. He is technically, like in a technical form, one of the best rappers to do it. Genuinely speaking, he's a wordsmith. J. Cole is fire. And he really did present that a lot on this album with a lot of the ways. There's one song on there in particular, people say P.I., I call it Pi, mostly because they've made many different types of scientific references in there.
Yeah.
And, of course, 3.14, right? So that has Daylight and I want to say Absol on it. And if you are going to step on a track with the battle rapper like Mastermind Daylight and Absol, who is an alien upon aliens on himself, you're going to have to hold your own. And I definitely believe J. Cole did. And that song on its own is like one of my top tier songs on the album. However, getting to 7-minute drill. This one felt like it was particularly written for Kendrick, and definitely it was.
Yeah,
right? Of course. And it made some pretty decent shots.
I said, bop, 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 bop. That New Jack City reference?
Yeah, the New Jack City reference was interesting, but that's what made me also go, huh. You know, I listen to a lot of like shit differently, so I'm also listening to the lyrics. I'm also thinking of like past things these people have been on, and there have been about 5 years now, about a 5-year J. Cole run, since he came back from like playing basketball in Africa.
Yeah.
And shit, right? Where he's been lighting tracks on fire, especially in his features. Now, with that, I feel like he's been saying a lot of stuff. I'm the greatest rapper alive. None of these niggas can fuck with me. You know, the typicals. Real cocky.
Yeah.
He's swinging his dick around in the room. You can't do that. You're J. Cole. Now, with this 7-minute drill song, he did a lot more of that, and in particular said some things that you could practically say the name was put on the bullet for the Kendrick on that one, right?
You need to put the name on it. I'm so tired of rappers who don't. It's like, just stand on business and say the name. I'm going to be honest.
That's my issue with Drake. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. So, 7-minute drill is a definite, like, diss track. It's good. He called Kendrick's albums T-Pab boring, To Pimp a Butterfly. It's boring. It's not. It's one of his greatest.
I mean, you know, you got to say what you got to say.
You're right. But there is an audience out there who does believe that album is boring. So
it caters to them.
This caused the internet to go aflame.
I would say that too. Like Beyonce, oh, your music sucks. And it don't, but it do to some people. So I'm just putting it out there. You know? So,
and you're going to stoke some fire, and he did. He went on to say that he is boring in one way, shape, or form. He can out-rap him. He don't want to sun him, but if he does, it was really good. Now, when it got to the internet and the internet made their decisions, they came up and saying he can't say that. Now, J. Cole has been like meme-worthy for his like latest version of his career. I guess his rebranding, if you will, wherein like he's just been called the kind of rapper who is like scaring the hoes. You gonna put J. Cole on? If it ain't something that got at least a bop to it, the girl's gonna leave or they gonna go sleep.
Do you think that's the reason why he felt like he needed to apologize? Was the internet?
Yes, in a way.
I didn't even understand the reason to apologize.
I didn't understand it either. The thing being is this. Now, you asked me earlier, like, will people put him in their top 10? Mm-hmm. I'd say his core audience, absolutely.
Yeah.
After apologizing to Kendrick in the way that he did, immediately after having such a real punch in a beef, I'm gonna say he's not in a lot of people's top 20, top 25.
I think. Okay, and the apology just went over. I was just like, I heard about an apology, whatever. I saw a brief amount, part of it.
Yes.
I guess the adult part of me was saying, listen, at the end of the day, you're still human. This man is still human. Yeah. I don't really got a crazy actual Biggie Tupac beef with you. Mm-hmm. I want that to be clear. But I got to stand on business and you're not going to sun me. That's what I felt that was. But that could be even explained in private. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to stand on business. I mean, I keep saying that, but you're gonna get this. You're gonna get these bars. I mean, and I'm not apologizing.
Rap is a competition. Rap is an absolute competition.
Yeah, it don't. And I didn't think he had this to apologize.
The beef between Kendrick and Drake is different. That's different. They've always kind of had real genuine jabs at each other. They genuinely don't like each other.
Kendrick and Drake.
That's exactly what I said. Yes.
I'm gonna be honest. When I think of Kendrick beefing with Drake, it looks like your little brother wanted to just fight with you, and you're like, all right, go ahead. If I slap you across the room, like, wow, you don't even get in the damn booth. Motherfuckers is actually putting out fucking J. Cole putting out fucking albums, and your ass you ain't that goddamn busy. Have yet to get in the booth.
It's weird, but he might have been in it today. There was hints of things dropping today, so we'll see. Now, the thing being is that makes their beef different is that it's real true ties to that, right? And Kendrick and J. Cole, I feel like everybody who listened and understands from First Person Shooter, the Drake J. Cole diss, right? To everything in between, we understand that J. Cole and Kendrick's beef is strictly competitive. It's strictly just rap. I think the audience gets that.
They get that. I don't get this whole Drake thing. I don't get it.
Which is also the reason why I don't understand why J. Cole apologized, saying that he was going to take it on the chin if he got a response back. I mean, it's waving the white flag like he did. It's drops points in the respect category for me in the hip hop realm, because for a man who for the last 5 years who has been standing on top of his shit and killing features and telling rappers on their own features that they can't fuck with him, you chose to bow down, and this man has still yet to even say anything responded. To you.
He's going to respond, and he's not going to apologize, and then what you going to do?
Yeah, it's going to be worse than the smack. It's going to be worse than the smack now. And you can't say anything. At this point, he can't step into a room or on another bar, on another verse or whatever, and say he is the greatest rapper alive.
I think he can redeem himself. I'm not gonna lie. He gotta be quiet for a little bit. Come back with another 12 tracks.
Look,
and I think he can redeem. Don't apologize no more.
I don't want my words to be confused on saying he can't make great music anymore. He's gonna always have his core audience. He's gonna make fantastic music. When it comes to the words you say in rap and your lyrical ability and what you're capable of, if you apologized, but you are everybody holds you top tier up here, you can't say certain things anymore. There's certain even bars you can't say I'm the greatest. You can't.
It's too cocky.
You bowed down to the greatest already. You gave that flag up.
Yeah, because you apologized.
Because you apologized already. You see what I'm saying? It's deeper than that. So his rap reputation as a whole has been affected by this.
I don't even understand. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
I don't understand how Drake he's not in the same tier to me as Kendrick and J. Cole.
Me too.
So we don't even have to need Drake to say nothing.
But they put him there.
And let me tell you who puts them there. Mainstream little white boy teenagers put Drake No one who really listens to hip hop, and I'm not even a crazy hip hop historian that's being right.
Really?
Just saying. Nobody really puts Drake in their top 5. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Look.
If Kendrick started, J. Cole did his diss, and then Kendrick come out and he shooting shots at Drake as well. Do we think it's gonna hold a candle to what them two already has said?
Listen,
if Kendrick came out tonight.
Listen,
no.
Ooh.
It gives 17-year-old white boy in Calabasas vibes, and I love Drake. Right? I love Degrassi. I love Aubrey Graham, but I promise you, he cannot hold a candle. He ain't gonna hold a candle to Kendrick or J. Cole. He gonna be shitting in his pants. I don't care.
This is the thing. We saw what he could do with like Meek Mill, right? Back to back, charged up and shit like that.
I was like, okay.
He has punches he can give. Do I think he is in the alien realm with Kendrick? No.
But can I say this? And I hate to put that out here. Ghostwriters, do we think that they were ghostwriting on that though? Like, can somebody have wrote
No, he definitely wrote back to back.
How do you know?
He did that. He definitely.
He was in the studio.
No,
okay,
baby.
I was just thinking about like ghostwriters.
He's proven himself to have the lyrical capability to dismantle people. In the same way that he tried to go up against Pusha T, he got dismantled in that.
I was like,
but if you go back and listen to Duppy, Drake's diss to him, it is decent. It is very decent. And I'm saying that on a technical standpoint.
Okay.
I am not saying, everybody puts, like I said, what I was trying to say is that everybody puts Drake up here.
I don't know why.
His sales. Yeah. And he gets played and he's the bop.
And he has
makes
R&B like
cool.
Course.
Okay?
Yeah, it's
that. Yeah. That's where it is.
It's not straight rap.
Does he have a Pulitzer Award like Kendrick does? No. But when you bring that up, it's like the LeBron and Jordan. Hey, LeBron's the greatest because he's got like the highest scoring whatever fucking thing now, ranking whatever. But does he have the 6 rings? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's such a weird way to like put them on the. No, we're not. I don't like doing it in general. Can they go bar for bar against each other on a track, and who dismantles who is all I care about.
Question with them 3. I don't know if could you add anybody else to these 3. So we got J. Cole. We have who's beefing right now?
If he was younger,
who's beefing right now?
If I could, okay.
We got J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick. Is it anybody else like Future? Anybody?
Future is in there with them, but he doesn't like Drake, right? And I mean,
when they start beefing?
They've been beefing for a while.
What?
They've been beefing for a while. Yeah, subliminals on all records. Subliminals are everywhere. Drake is Drake is the
generous.
Drake is the epitome of like throw the rock and hide your hand. He is the epitome of throw the rock and hide your hand because he's going to throw like slides and slights in every one of his songs. Mm-hmm. And it'll be about you and you'll know it'll be about you, but he ain't going to say your name ever.
Yeah, I hate that. I'm like, man, think about old hip hop in the 80s and 90s, like LL Cool J with
Cannabis.
Oh no, but what about the
Kumo D?
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I wasn't born back then. But I'm just saying, I know because you're a hip hop historian. But like, you gonna say the name, we gonna say the name because this real beef. And when I see you, I'm whoop your ass.
I mean, fucking hit him up and shit.
Well, like, question: do you think that Drake in a battle? Do you think Drake could win over Kendrick or J. Cole?
No, I don't think. I don't think he will. I think what would carry him in a lot of ways.
If it went,
the song's gonna have to go hard, so he's gonna need 40 to like help him make that beat. And,
and it will be mainstream.
Like J. Cole, if his beat is any sleepier than his normal shit, then he's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. Kendrick has to come out, and it's got to have the punch of "Damn," but the lyricality and the meaning of "To Pimp a Butterfly" and the boppiness of Good Kid, Mad City, and he wins.
And I don't know if I'm kind of in the same realm with you, because again, hip hop is not really crazy my thing. But when I think about who can win in a versus or a battle, and publicly everybody is voting, I think Kendrick would win.
Drake wins it.
Well, let's then take Drake out of it.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think Drake will win. I really don't. But he is very popular.
Yeah.
But if let's say J. Cole and Kendrick.
Okay.
I would say Kendrick will win because
wins.
he is this much more mainstream, and it's just something that you would just be vibing to on the radio as well. I don't know. J. Cole on the radio like
it would be a very amazing versus, and they got slappity slaps. But the slaps that Kendrick got, they're different.
Do you think he got stuff in the vault? Like, I've been waiting to put this out.
I'm glad you asked that. So I had to listen to the Joe Budden podcast a few days ago, and he said that, and from like close sources to the people, and he's industry, that Joe Budden's industry as fuck, right?
Yeah.
He even said that they've had a couple records, both Drake, Cole, Kendrick, like all three of them have had a couple of records in the tuck, like that are nuclear levels of like destruction for each other. Waiting.
Okay, if it's waiting though, if they put it out next year, would it still fit the time though? Because you can't be then mention an iPhone 7.
No, there is definitely a.
You can feel the
there's definitely like a time limit on like the bars.
Yeah.
But I think they're all capable enough to make it fit. Just because they're wordsmiths, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Switching out a few verbs ain't not gonna change nothing for them. So I feel like that would be the best bet on things. Kendrick wins that if it's just Kendrick and Cole, of course. If Drake is on stage, Drake wins. Kendrick's got second.
That's
Cole's
bullshit.
coming in third.
That's
Drake
bullshit.
wins only because of the hit factor.
But if we just going straight like on some Cassidy shit where we
battling.
If
we're battling, K-Dot got it. K-Dot got it.
Okay.
That's it. Because he actually has like battle form. He has come from that. Drake has a little, I guess you could say. And I've never, ever seen J. Cole do any of that. This actual instance, the 7-minute drill, is one of his first ever instances of actually like rapping and hitting somebody in the.
And I want to give J. Cole some credit because he did an amazing job on this album. Besides the apology, and again, I think he was on his grown man shit, just saying,
I can respect
outside of this, I'm not trying to make somebody kill themselves. Basically.
I mean, look, I get it. From what I got from his apology overall is that like this is my brother that I don't want to ruin any relationships with him. And although it's just rap shit, I know people can take things further. Granted, yes, respectfully, I get it. You can say that in a whole nother way and still tell Kendrick, I'm still coming for your head though, because it's rap shit. And leave it at that.
Yeah, you can.
Leave it at that.
I would not apologize. When I think to myself how hard I'm about to go, I'm like, there's no apology.
Yeah,
but apology, I might delete later. Makes sense.
Now everybody ended up deleting it later.
I'm not deleting. But you know what? Kendrick not saying anything, and then again, this pod drops and he drops something. It's like you about to get a whooping, but you just sitting there waiting and anticipating, right? You don't know when it's coming. I feel like that Kendrick is scaring me a little bit because he's so quiet, and I'm like, are you going to respond? And we need you to respond.
I love Kendrick because he's a silent assassin.
Yeah, but he has to respond. If he doesn't, I'm gonna be pissed.
He will respond. There's no doubt about it that he will respond because Drake is going to respond.
Beyonce been in the booth. J. Cole been in the booth. Mom's Maybelline been in the booth. Drake ain't been nowhere but
I'm gonna let you know he's responding. If it ain't today, it's gonna be the next. Or within this week, he's gonna. This is the thing though. It's not. We don't have to give Drake or Kendrick or Cole for that matter the same time frame that we did.
That's true.
With for instance, the Drake and Meek Mill.
It was a time frame
because at that point he wasn't even as big as he is now.
Yeah,
and he was already still big as fuck.
Drake
right?
did go for his head, so I was like, okay,
right.
I don't know if Drake can't handle a whole.
You can't go directly for somebody's head. That like Meek Mill was kind of like that mini boss character, right?
Yeah,
he's the boss for the boss.
You may not
win
the enforcer,
that first time
if you
around.
will. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now when you're going up against Kendrick or Cole, who are way more cerebral than you, most people who put like Drake at that top aren't the cerebral kind of guys, right? Or the listeners in that way. They're not. They're not looking for the cerebral shit.
It's very mainstream.
He's going to have to go up again. You can't pull up with God's plan and get sliced open with these lyrical razors.
The best thing I could tell him is go to the hip hop museum, sit down with Flavor Flav. Sit down. What's wrong with you? With what is it? Force MD. Wouldn't put people from the house party.
Oh dear God!
Some old hip hop people. Oh, they were singers. But some old hip hop singers.
Full Force.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You said Force MD.
My bad.
Well, like a diuretic.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Sit down with them.
Pepto-Bismol type shit.
Well, he gonna have to. He gonna have to really dig deep in his purse and get some bars because I'm not really worried about Drake. I feel like he will respond, but he's being very like I'm gonna respond when I want to, but he's gonna respond.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about him, but I love Drake, but I'm scared for Kendrick because I'm like, please don't hurt him.
I want Kendrick to come out with haymakers. I want it to feel like the story of Adidan. Like when Pusha T came out and said like you were hiding a child, nigga, the world stopped.
I said my mouth dropped.
The world stopped.
I said I was like that meme from Blackish. I was like,
exactly.
How you know?
We're gonna need Pusha T levels of
that's
like rappery when it from all of them. If it gets for each response.
J.Cole dropped the first.
I know, bomb. Yeah, right. And he also dropped a grenade next to his foot. Apparently,
yeah.
He didn't do it far enough.
But the album though, it's the levels, the bar's high.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to make it. But I'm not worried.
That's a good point. That is a good point. And you know what? I don't think I've seen anybody even say that. Mm-hmm. So first off, knuckle me.
It is.
He did set a bar with the diss itself that Drake has to meet and exceed. He has to meet and exceed that because if it comes up underneath that, then Kendrick's already won without having to respond. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's interesting. Granted, I don't know if that's going to happen. I want to see it all. I don't care. This is interesting.
Do we think that Drake's going to drop just one song, or is he going to try to do a little EP?
It's going to be maybe a pack. It's going to be a pack of something.
Can he do a pack on tour and within days?
I mean, he just got off tour, which is why I think he's in the studio. His tour finished maybe 2-3 days ago. Well, this is why I believe he's in the studio.
You guys, I don't know. You guys might be listening to our pod and then listening to Drake right after or before. I don't know. I'm not really too much worried about Drake. Again, I love Drake, but I'm more scared
now
of Kendrick knocking on the door.
To wrap this portion up here, we might have a response for Kendrick coming soon because, again, like I said, Future and Metro Boomin also do have a beef with Drake. They're dropping We Still Don't Like You.
Do we consider
this week?
Okay, hold on. Do we consider Future more like a singer rapper? He in the middle, right? So there's a singer rapper beef too. Look, Drake can be in a rap battle beef, and then he could be in a singer
and an R&B beef if he wanted to, like Chris Brown or something.
That's pretty cool for him, though.
Yeah, he's.
But you better have your shit.
Evolution is a thing, you know.
You better have your shit.
Better.
But that's cool though. That's fire as fuck. You can be in a rap battle and an R&B battle.
Yeah,
that makes him kind of fly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why people put him in the top 3, the big 3. I mean,
I don't, but I get it.
I don't think people are gonna put Cole there anymore. But to wrap that up, I think that response might come on that album from Metro Boomin in the future from Kendrick. We'll see. I will keep you a lookout, and I'm keeping my ear to the streets for sure.
Well, that's all I got because I mean we talked a lot about the hip hop historians. I mean the rap battles. My bad.
Yeah,
and me getting the stuff wrong about Como D and
Como D,
Full Force and all them peoples.
Now, Full Force is great. Force MD, we gonna remember that one.
That's somebody. I
it's something in my head.
It is something in my head.
Now off of the rap subject, actually, had you watched the latest episodes of the Jerrod Carmichael show on HBO?
Yeah, I did. We watched them together. I don't know why you asking me like we didn't watch it together.
My fucking work and brain. I'm sorry. Yes,
okay. So with the Carmichael show, which you can catch on HBO Max, I mean they don't pay me to, put that plug in. But
not yet.
You had sent me a message yesterday said y'all didn't cancel all these black shows on HBO, but y'all got Jerrod sucking toes. Okay, so what we know of Jerrod Carmichael, which I did not know and I thought it was crazy, is that not crazy, but he came out as gay, right? And
a few years back, actually.
I was surprised because I mean, not this vanity wise, he just didn't look like a gay man to me. But Tyler, the Creator, don't look gay to me either. He's just annoying. That's it.
Don't do that to Tyler.
But we find out in that first episode that he's had this, like, he's been in love with Tyler, the Creator. They were best friends and
for a number of years. Yeah.
And I said, I don't see what you see in Tyler, the Creator, but I see that there's not enough gay black men in the industry. And when you find your people,
it's like a unicorn.
Hopefully you just try to keep them close.
Yeah.
He's a comedian. You're a comedian. He's a rapper.
He's funny though.
Yeah. And one thing I loved about Jerrod was that he reminded me of me, how he acted when it came to like sending messages to Tyler and being scared. He was just so much like, oh my God, I want to look at my phone. Oh my God. I was like, that's me. I love it. What was sad about him and this is a reality show, you guys, that he just kind of recording his life and him being on some stand-ups.
Very gonzo, very voyeur-esque.
It's very raw.
Yeah, that's what it is, yes.
And he tells Tyler, Creator, that he was in love with him. And Tyler finally gets to come and see him because he ghosted him for like months.
Essentially, Jerrod had asked Tyler to go to like the Emmys with him.
Yeah.
Sent him a text message for that. And it had been like a year.
Oh, it was like a year since he had
actually heard anything.
Because if he telling him he kind of like was in love with him.
Yeah.
I don't think as friends that even if you don't feel that same way that you ghost your friend. It's already a lot to put yourself out there, and especially as a friend, and you know that they might not feel the same way and don't want the relationship to change.
Yeah.
It kind of sucked on Tyler's side where he ghosted him. You don't say anything about the Emmy. You say you're busy, which bitch, we know you ain't busy. And then when you finally meet up with him, he's like,
the reply was
they're talking about his reply to him saying that he was in love with him, and he was like, you stupid bitch.
He said, you stupid bitch.
And I was just like, I know you're deflecting and you're trying to like, because he's a comedian, so you think it's a joke. But most comedians, they're very sensitive souls. And I thought it was just so fucked up. You could see Jerrod's head just go down and he's just like looking for answers. Even if it's not the answer he wants, you're just like, you're acting like a child.
I think that's one thing I respect about Jerrod is that like, even if it's not the answer I want, it's just getting an answer to like close the chapter on something I can respect about his mentality.
And just as Tyler, just say you like white boys. I mean, we know Jerrod liked the white boys, so just say you like the white boys. But with him coming out, I can see how wild and crazy he is, right? So it's just like leaving your parents' house for the first time, going to college, and you're just wilding. So he's like fucking on Grindr, Grindr.
A lot of different men.
And I'm like, Jerrod, stop it.
Men, yeah.
But when you don't have the support from your family, and you don't feel like you're worthy of love.
Yeah.
That's how you just get entangled with and let people have pieces of
It's been a very big like staple in like the last maybe 4 or 5 years of his career. When he came out openly on Rothaniel, which was one of his comedy specials. After that, it's kind of just been like, hey, me and my parents are really not getting along. And it's kind of been his like motivation for this show in general. It's kind of been in the works for years now because of the fact of his coming out. And now that he's finally trying to like do it, it's like his own personal journal and things. I like it.
It is. I do enjoy like the rawness. But then when we all now have our opinion, and I'm just like a sister, like, stop letting the boys come to your hotel room, stop. And then, when we get to the second episode, we find out months later that he has a boyfriend. Yeah. And it's long distance. And we're like, oh, okay, finally you have a boyfriend. And, he's talking about how he feels like he loves him. Mm-hmm. And then he told his boyfriend that he loves him, and he got I love you back.
Yeah, and he is looking for something that is monogamous.
Which is key. He's saying he wants monogamous, but I think, like I said before, he doesn't know how to be, let someone love him. He doesn't know what being in love means.
Accepting
so
that.
He is destroying his relationship. So we see on the second episode that he is cheating on his boyfriend.
You can tell just off of how he normally does his comedy, his impulse like comedy, that he has like bad like impulse control. You know what I mean? Like in that way, he'll jump at the bit at
very
it if
spontaneous.
it's not, very spontaneous. And you can see that just from the first episode, to be honest. Going into the second alone, makes me feel bad for his boyfriend.
You know what? I didn't know how kinky he was either. You know, you see it on the first and second episode that he likes feet, so he loves sucking on the toes.
Spitting in mouths is some crazy.
Oh God, TMI. Yeah, he like that. He into the bondage and stuff. And I said, to each his own. I mean, I get it, and you know, all like a little razzle dazzle, you know, myself. But he's exploring right now in his 30s. Right? He didn't get to really be open about it. He said he's been sexual since he was like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So he had to do everything in hiding. So now he's get to be public. He's just wilding out.
Yeah.
And I'm a little scared.
It's more of a show for him.
Yeah, now. I wish it's like a motherly instinct for me to just want to wrap my arms around him, even though I know he's older than me. Or I think
he's younger.
Maybe by only a couple of years. But wrap my arms around him and be like, you don't have to do this. Like, you know, you can be with one person.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully, I'm just hoping he's being safe too. Because sometimes when you wild out, you're just not even paying attention.
It's. I want him to get like help, because you could see in the second episode that like with all the cheating instances he's doing to his boyfriend, like they go to an ultimate like a therapist. And I think it is a sex therapist that is one thing that he sees before going to this one that helps him with the relationship, or it's either the same lady. But like he's hesitant to even say that like he's not going to cheat again. Like it's like he can't even get the word out. You know what I mean? But then also to say the things, to be as candid as he is on stage, to say like, those are the only instances that he is aware of.
I was like, I need to go to all your shows, bitch. Because if you're going to be telling the truth to a bunch of strangers, but then when we're having a counseling session and you're lying, I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, if you guys haven't watched it, you should. Today will be the 3rd episode. It's really, I like the vulnerability that he is displaying with having the cameras around.
Absolutely.
The rawness of it.
Absolutely.
Because there are people who are just like him. I see myself in him when it came to certain instances and things like that.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people, especially those who are struggling with sexuality.
Yeah.
And especially later in the game, they can really kind of learn from what Jerrod is going through.
Yeah. Now, he is in some hot water in certain sectors of the comedy community because of the fact that he is now kind of feuding with Dave Chappelle, and it's interestingly enough, there's a weird parallel between them. So he made a comment essentially stating that he doesn't like the fact that Dave Chappelle does so many trans jokes, and he feels like he should like grow more as a comedian. But in the same way, every single joke that he has now said within the last 4 to 5 years has been about like gay shit or him coming out.
Yeah, so like, it's just like, ain't that the pot?
The pot calling the kettle black. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
apparently, this stems from him saying that, and essentially Dave asking for an apology. Do I believe Dave would ask for an apology?
No, absolutely not. No. That nigga is not going to be asked for no goddamn apology.
No. I mean, you're not big enough to affect his bottom line for an apology.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do I think personally he can do more and we can move past
every fucking comedian at this point.
Yeah, I'm just like, come on now. I'm tired of hearing
I'm getting tired of hearing all those jokes and all this other bullshit. I'm tired of Corona. I'm tired of vaccine. I'm tired of trans. I'm tired of all that bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's be funny, people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
What the fuck? So, like, you can't really, like, say that type of shit if you're still you're doing the same recycling game as he is. You're both like geniuses in your own right.
You're having therapy sessions on stage. I'm not a fan of that.
Right, make me laugh.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I've heard Monique do that, or I've heard that she has done that.
Yeah.
I'm not your therapist.
There's only a few actual comedians that could do that, but instead of it being full blown therapy, it's therapy for the crowd.
Yeah, I like that.
And Cat Williams is good at that. Dave Chappelle is good at that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you're going to do that, maybe learn from the master instead of actually critiquing him.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all I got.
Okay. Do you have any last words of wisdom before we head out for the week?
Keep a lookout for that Drake, Kendrick, J.Cole-ish response.
Oh, my God.
Keep a lookout.
I'm scared. It's like daddy coming to the door.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's got my blood boiling. It really does.
All right, you guys. Remember, we drop our new episodes every Friday on all streaming platforms, wherever you listen to your podcast. Mm-hmm. And we are on YouTube at Ideally Though Pod on Sundays. So like, subscribe,
share them shits.
And we'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Yeah.